Cut off frivolity. It is the work of lowly beasts to go hungry for 1 or 2 meals, or to become skinny, or to eat 1 full meal and quickly get a mark. It is not the behavior of a gentleman to make small changes in circumstances. The reason for the frequent ups and downs of emotions is because of the lack of inner discipline. Do not rise and sink without seeing the future. Don't act like you've got the whole world. Don't sigh as if the world is over. The only thing that can be shaken by the wind is ripples on the surface. In that deep water, not even a slight movement. Have a deep heart and cut off frivolity. Be a big bull. Surprised chest to grow up, surprised to see the lid of the pot. I don't do anything wrong, but I get restless when people say things like this. I don't do anything particularly well, but when others praise me, I get elated. The problem is always within me. When things go wrong, just reflect on yourself, don't blame others. If you are proud of yourself, push forward without bending no matter what anyone says. If you want to improve day by day and become a great vessel, develop a strong spirit. Title and position. Others treat me the way I do. My superiors scorn me and my inferiors play tricks. Because I looked easy on them. If others look down on me, but I'm caught up in the problem of eating and living and I'm nervous. I can't even keep that position. If you want to clear the panic from my heart, throw away your selfishness. Get up, brush your teeth, and leave with the thought that that is all. If I have a dignified spirit that cannot be matched and show that I am not attached to status. Others do not dare to provoke me, do not be rude. If others treat you badly, look at yourself. Weight of horse. When I do things that disrespect me, others also disrespect me. If you praise without reason, words lose weight. If you slander without grounds, the criticism returns to you. A word from a high-status person can change the life of a person below him. Be selective in saying good things and carefully consider advice. A carelessly thrown word becomes a dagger and sticks. Unintentional actions grow out of control. Your words and actions are inconsiderate, causing resentment and causing disaster. It's okay to lie. No matter how much food you encounter, it becomes a dirty object as soon as it enters your mouth. No one cares about the food you spit out. Food gets dirty before you even pass it down your throat anyway, and it's the same after all. You shouldn't cheat on anything, but it's okay to cheat on your mouth. Wrap up the rough food and cheat it roughly, and diligently clean your mind so that there is no cheating. This is a good way to cheat even rough food and let it pass for a while. Rise up over your skin. Knows the world differently, looks down on people, pretends to be a little better. When I see a good thing, I rush at it regardless. I split sides and only like my side. Pays attention to strange and bizarre things recklessly, insists on my own opinion. Confusing the new with the eccentric. All of these are sicknesses that lead me to faults. Even if I'm ashamed of my faults at first because a guy who farts gets angry, later I close my eyes. If someone says something, shout out and get angry. Cut off and cut. Fix it with exaggeration. Rise up over your skin. Be careful what you say. Hoyinjigi looks up to the sky and bows down to the ground with a proud heart. It is a holy energy that dwells only when there is no shame and lies in the heart. Then, if your eyes are sold even once, it disappears without a trace in an instant. If Hoyinjigi disappears, it becomes a phantom life from then on. People behave differently depending on what they like. You can't put anything in a leaky jar. Even if you look fine on the outside, once you lose faith, it's a broken poison. If only the words of poor circumstances are plausible, people look at them even more lowly. You need Hoyinjigi to straighten your chest. You can't do it by decorating. How to deal with pleasure and pain. A wise person does not dwell on the joys and sorrows in front of his eyes in order to harm the portents of disaster in advance. A foolish person repeats laughing and crying, bound by the situation in which he is placed. If you try to enjoy all the joy, you can't enjoy it, enjoy only half of it. Don't crush yourself with suffering, the wound is deep. Sorrow becomes joy and joy turns into pain. I was told to be sad but not to fall into grief. Even if you are happy, you must not exceed the limit. A person should be good at weighing these two emotions. Keep it fair. Criticism must be distinguished from criticism. Praise must not be confused with flattery. Even if you hate it, admit what you can admit, and even if you like it, criticize the wrongs confidently. Building a gang is the best thief in study. If one loses covariance, there is no learning and no humanity. I said it fairly, But if you take it crookedly, the discussion won't take place. There is no hope if you split up and say that you are on the same side. Only I am right in the world, there is no reason for the rest of the writing, everything is good and nothing is unconditionally bad. You must cultivate your heart in the designation of the Grand Duke. About diligence. Persistence sprouts in diligence. In order not to be shaken by small changes in circumstances, you must have perseverance. Recognizing one's duty and being faithful to one's work is the beginning of diligence. Distinguishing between what to do right now and what can be postponed is the beginning of diligence. If you make a mistake in this judgment, no matter how hard you try, the results are always bad. If you don't do what you shouldn't do, and if you work hard at what you shouldn't have to do, even if I try to die, there is no reward. Don't sit around doing nothing. It injects poison into the soul. Adults and madmen. Humans are animals of emotion, so faults always follow. No one can be without faults. But when there is a fault, do you turn around and regret it? Depending on whether you cover up things that never happened, there is a difference between a saint and a madman. An adult is a person who constantly reflects on himself and improves day by day. A madman is a person who only believes in his own talent, blames others, grumbles, and then sits down on his own. Shall we go the adult way? Or will he follow the path of a madman? The difference lies in one word: repentance. The toughest person. If you tell me to study your mind, you will be sarcastically saying, I sat down while talking idle. If you read a book, they say, stop talking boringly. All I want to do is think about making money, become rich and live happily. In the end, he dies without achieving anything and is forgotten like his name before his body cools down. The children fight over the offering. The worth of living in this world is not contained in those things. The size of the thoughts in your heart separates the great from the small. Dogs and pigs are also happy when they are full. Dogs and pigs live without much worry and then go.